COVID death rates in the United States are ticking upward. 1,100 Americans are dying every day in this country as the Omicron variant begins to spread. But if you listen to some GOP politicians, well, that news is nothing more than fear-mongering. The brightest minds in politics are here this morning to talk about COVID and politics. Democrat Avis Jones Deweever is joined by Timothy Allen Simon, chair of the African American Chamber of Commerce. It's good for both of you to join us, as well as BNC's Bofta Yimam joining the conversation as well. Always good to have her. Last Thursday was World AIDS Day, and Senator Ron Johnson decided to commemorate the day by saying Dr. Anthony Fauci, quote, overhyped the threat of AIDS during the 1980s. And Johnson has been critical of Fauci and other health officials' warnings about the COVID pandemic. Fauci, who was, of course, one of the leading researchers of HIV/AIDS, condemned Johnson's comments. Listen.
How do you respond to something as preposterous as that? Overhyping AIDS? It's killed over 750,000 Americans and 36 million people worldwide. How do you overhype that? Overhyping COVID? It's already killed 780,000 Americans and over 5 million people worldwide. So I don't have any clue of what he's talking about.
Ron Johnson isn't the only Republican going deep on COVID denial. Congressman Jim Jordan says COVID is over. Yes, he actually said that in a tweet, quote, real America is over with COVID-19. The only people who don't understand that are Fauci and Biden. And then there's a new study showing how pro-Trump counties have far higher COVID death rates than those won by President Biden. Low vaccination rates are the reason. Bofta, how broad is COVID denialism in Congress?
Well, we've seen it time and time, Kelly, on the GOP side, peddling misinformation. Even Representative Matt Gaetz saying that the best vaccine is getting the virus, is contracting the virus. We've also heard from Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has compared it to cancer, even though we know cancer is not contagious. And so we've seen time and time again the GOP put out this misinformation, and their base, at least some in their base, agreeing with them. And it goes hand in hand with some folks who also believe that the mask mandates are uncalled for, and the GOP pushing that kind of commentary, even though the CDC and other health experts have weighed in and said, we need the vaccine, you need the booster. Omicron, as we know, already in 17 states, expected to be in more. And yet there is this broad denialism, as you said at the top, that is happening within the GOP party, and it's spreading to many of their constituents who are listening and following along and refusing to get vaccinated. And you know what? It's costing them their lives. And so, unfortunately, even for their constituents, on behalf of the lives of their constituents, they're deciding to peddle misinformation, and they are not at all listening to or adhering to the advice of the top experts that D.C. has.
Timothy, you know, we've talked about this before about Republicans hitting rock bottom. How much of a bottom will they have before the rock actually falls on them with these kinds of machinations about COVID and AIDS?
Well, I think America's infatuation or love affair with misinformation and conspiracy has lowered the floor in essence. And certain Republican elected officials understand that that red meat is beneficial for them at the booth because it generates everything that unfortunately is part of this country's negative history, and utilizing misinformation as a power grab. And that's what we're seeing happening. I believe these people know that AIDS was a deadly period of our global history, and they know that COVID is killing, as your report said, over 1,000 people a day.
That's okay.
I think that it's red meat beyond the dog whistle, and clearly it's something that the party is going to have to make a decision on whether or not they're going to allow this to continue or take aggressive action against it.
Avis, I got about a minute before the break. Where's the common sense here? I mean, where's reality in terms of dealing with this menace to our society that's a pandemic known as COVID, and then the statements that Johnson made about AIDS?
Well, the reality is diametrically opposed to all the Republican talking points. And I would go further than to call it misinformation. This is a full-fledged propaganda machine. And it's a propaganda machine that they have activated for their own political purposes, but is literally killing people as we speak. There's been one study that suggests that red states citizens are 6 times more likely to die of COVID than in blue states, specifically because they have weaponized a propaganda machine against their own people, but for their political gain. And they are willing to kill some of their own followers as collateral damage in an attempt to maintain, hold on to, and grab more political power.